So, let's get right into the heart of the matter, because the streets of Abuja are buzzing and the internet is practically on fire. You might have seen those flashy headlines claiming that the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has been finally arrested by a tag team of the EFCC and the DSS. But as we always do here, we've peeled back the layers to give you the real juicy story behind the noise. Is he actually behind bars, or is this a high-stakes game of political chess? Pull up a chair, because this gist is seasoned to perfection. The drama really kicked off at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Imagine this: a former governor, a man who has held some of the most powerful positions in the land, touches down from an international trip, only to find security operatives waiting for him. But here's where it gets cinematic. Instead of a quiet exit, reports surfaced that a human shield of supporters actually surrounded him to prevent any immediate whisking away. It was like a scene straight out of a blockbuster movie. The DSS eventually clarified that they didn't kidnap him, they simply needed to have a very important conversation about national security. Now, why is everyone so worked up? It's a two-front war for the former governor. On one side, you have the EFCC digging into the finances of Kaduna State during his 8-year tenure. We are talking about a staggering 423 billion naira that the State House Assembly says is missing or unaccounted for. That is a lot of zeros, everyone. While El-Rufai has called these claims a total witch hunt and even took the assembly to court to clear his name, the anti-graft agency is now officially asking him to explain where the money went. He actually showed up at the EFCC headquarters voluntarily this week to face the music, which shows he's not backing down from a fight. But wait, there's a second twist that nobody saw coming. This isn't just about money anymore, it's about cyber secrets. The government has brought up charges involving the Cybercrimes Act, alleging that private communications of top officials, including the National Security Advisor, were intercepted. In simpler terms, they're accusing him of eavesdropping on the big bosses. This has turned a standard corruption case into a full-blown political thriller. Is it a case of he knows too much, or did he actually cross a digital line? The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Before we go any further, if you are enjoying this deep dive into the nation's biggest story, please hit that like button right now. It helps more people see the truth. And if you haven't already, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. You do not want to miss the next part of this saga, because it gets even crazier. As El-Rufai navigated the hallways of the EFCC,
one side of the internet is praising El-Rufai for his boldness, saying he showed everyone exactly how to stand up for their rights. They are sharing the video with captions like "Know your rights" and "The law is for everyone." On the other hand, some people are saying, wait a minute, if the security agencies want to talk to you, just go. The debate is so intense that El-Rufai and DSS have been trending for hours. Interestingly, it's not just regular citizens talking. Other political figures and groups are weighing in too. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, which is El-Rufai's new political home, has come out with a very strong statement. They are calling this a systematic attempt to criminalize the opposition. They've pointed out that other big names in their party have also been facing heat lately, and they believe this is all a strategy to weaken any group that might challenge the ruling party in the 2027 elections. It's like a giant chess game, and everyone is trying to figure out the next move. Even some civil rights activists have joined the conversation. They are warning that if the government can ignore a pre-agreed date for a voluntary appearance, it sets a scary precedent for everyone else. They are asking, if a former governor can be treated like this at an international airport, what happens to the average man on the street? This has turned this story from just a political gist into a major discussion about the future of democracy and the rule of law in Nigeria. And let's not forget the northern group factor. Some groups from the north have released statements both for and against the former governor. Some say he's being unfairly targeted because of his influence in the region, while others argue that the investigation into the billions of naira allegedly mismanaged during his 8 years in Kaduna must be completed regardless of the timing. It's a complete mix of opinions, and it's making the wait for Monday feel even longer. We are definitely in for a dramatic week. Will we see a massive crowd of supporters at the EFCC office on Monday? Will the passport be returned? There are so many moving parts to this story, and you can trust us to keep our eyes on every single one of them. You've been amazing following this gist so far. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel right now. We are building a community here where we break down the biggest stories in a way that actually makes sense. Don't forget to tell a friend about us.